Kai, first opportunity we've had the chat since Auckland UFC, and what a day that was.
Yeah, it was definitely one for the books. First time fighting in Auckland in 3 or 4 years. Always been my dream to fight at Spark Arena in the UFC, and I got to fulfill that. And it was such a special day coming out to Poirier at 11 o'clock in the morning with the New Zealand flag wrapped around me. Had all the pressure, on my shoulders, fighting in my hometown in front of my friends and family. So many people expecting me to perform, but I didn't feel any pressure. I just felt relaxed. I felt at home, and I was just telling myself I'm here to have fun. So that was my mindset going in. As soon as my walkout song kicked in, I was just at home. So the fight went to plan. Tyson Nam, heavy puncher, Hawaiian fighter. So I know he was kind of come bring it to me. Just had to be smart. Caught me with a hard punch in the first round. But from there, we got to see him load up, and we could counter that. So the fight kind of went to plan, and we ended up winning by a unanimous decision. So the crowd was what won me that. How can you not win with a crowd like that? Fighting in your hometown, friends and family screaming. In that third round, going into that round, I couldn't hear it. I could hear everything, but I could feel it. Everyone stomping their feet, and that's really what spurred me on to take it to the next level and to pretty much solidify the fight. So I remember picking him up and just hearing the crowd scream. Pretty much anything I landed, the crowd would get behind me. So it was pretty unique. You could do anything and the crowd would just love it. So yeah, it's a great place to be now. Back on a win streak, starting 2020 the right way. And yeah, we ended up being 3-0 that night for UFC Auckland. Me, Brad and Dan all winning. So perfect start to the year for City Kickboxing.
And since then you've been over to Vegas, and what happened over there? You went to watch the fight obviously, but you had a little bit of work to do as well.
Yeah, so I went over to Las Vegas to support Israel. All the boys flew over, so it was pretty cool to be in Vegas and not have to fight. You can kind of enjoy the city and make the most of it. We're trying to capitalize on being there, so we did a bit of testing at the Performance Institute. So that's the gym that the UFC work out of, and any UFC fighter can train there for free. They get accommodated, food's all free, the physio, just a world-class facility, so you want to make the most of it. So it's great for us to see what numbers we're hitting and comparing us to other UFC fighters, and for my nutritionist to work with how, these guys are world-class, and it felt like I was a test rat in the lab. I had a mask on, I was running on the treadmill, they're trying to work how hard I can push and how much oxygen I'm using, what kind of fuel I'm using, am I more efficient with fats or carbs. So it's pretty high tech, and it's stuff that, all 1%. So at that top level, you need to know these things, and that makes a difference. So we got a lot of data, and it wasn't my best performance, but I was still hitting good numbers. So that's pretty, that gives you a lot of confidence going into these next camps where you're not in camp, but you're still pretty fit. So I've got another fight booked, which is awesome, on San Diego with Daniel Hooker on a UFC fight night, fighting Alex Perez, number 9. So I went to Vegas on holiday, left off a fight. So yeah, I can't complain. I want to keep this momentum going, and that's May 16th. So we're 10 weeks out right now. Feeling fit, no injuries from the fight, so we're good to go again. And it's just the way I want to do it. I want to fight as much as I can while I can. In this game, that's how you reach to the top, the most consistent. I feel like I'm the most active flyweight in the UFC right now, and it's for good reason. They want to get behind me. I'm 4-1 now in the UFC, ranked number 7. Rack up a few more wins, I could be fighting for the title this year, and I believe that. And seeing Israel defend his title in the weekend really inspires me, and it shows me that it's all in front of me. We're all in the right place, and just got to put in the work, which we've been doing, and the system's obviously working. And yeah, you're looking at the future UFC flyweight champ coming out of City Kickboxing, representing New Zealand.